Hello and welcome to another Excel tutorial. In the previous tutorial we learned about the if formula and we learned more about how to use it, and we even looked at the use case where we categorize student scores into two different categories. They will pass or fail, and we concluded that the if statement is a brilliant tool for categorizing data, especially when we only need two distinct categories. However, what if we need more than two categories? The standard if statement does not cater for that. But what Excel allows us to do is to combine or nest these if statements or if formulas. So, same as last time, I put the syntax of this formula on the screen. We start the same way like we did in the previous tutorial. We are going to just type up an if statement. We set our criteria, that is the logical test, and Excel evaluates that criteria, and if it's true, it comes back with a value. If it's not true or false, then it is going to further test our data and further categorize it using another if statement. So what you can see here is another logical test. This is once again evaluated independently and returns a true or a false value. It will be easier to understand if we look at an example. So we are going to use the student scores once again, but we've added a third category, which is distinction. If a student scores over 90, they achieve a distinction. If they score between 90 and 50, that's going to be a pass. And if they score less than 50, it's a fail. To be able to categorize this score into three different categories, we need to use the if statement, and we need to test a second if statement as well in place of the original false value. So let me show you how that works. We just start like we did last time, equals if, and we click on our score that we want to evaluate, and we need to set a criteria. So if it's greater than or equal to 90, this student will achieve a distinction. However, if they achieve less than 90, we've still got two more categories. We put another if statement in here. Notice that you don't need to put equals in front of it again. Oops. Okay, stop complaining. If, opening brackets, and we are going to test the same value again. If B2 is greater than or equals to 50 this time, because we want to check if the student hasn't achieved this distinction, has the student passed. So we are going to come back with a pass if they've achieved more than 50. And if they haven't, we are going to evaluate this as a fail. One important thing to remember is the if statements and nested if statements work from left to right. So it will test this first criteria. If it ever evaluates to a true value, i.e. in this case the student achieves more than 90, then it comes back with a distinction and it's not going to run the rest of this formula. Again, if the student achieves more than 50 but less than 90, so this comes back as false, but this comes back as true, it will come back with a pass, and obviously I'm going to evaluate the rest. If you carry on nesting more if statements one after another, this is very important to remember. Let's hit enter, and again we have an issue here. What have I missed? Oh, that's why it was complaining in the first place. Because we bring back a text value or string value, we need the quote marks. Here we go. So Amy scored 85, achieved a pass. And if we drag this down to the bottom, we can see that Gabriel and Tina both achieved a distinction because both of them scored over 90. So in a nutshell, this is how you use nested if statements. I hope this tutorial was useful. If it was, please hit like and subscribe. There's more to come. Thanks for watching.